earth the nation of Nabath once rose. When I journeyed here, long ago, I spoke with a sun-weathered elder. He told me Armareng meant majestic land in the language of his people.
I love Armareng music.
And so it might still be, were it not for the light's unrelenting onslaught.
Armareng. Yay! Sand. A big ol' city. They built them big, didn't they? That's Kasir Sharl, a fortress. Oh, it's going too fast. I need to stop the autoplay. Seeing what was left behind, I believe it when they say that it was once one of Norvryn's mightiest nations. At least until the flood came along. Great chunks of Nabath Areng's lands were lost to the light, its great city included. The few who survived didn't see much point in staying. Most of them, anyway. No, not many choose to come here these days. Not with everything in ruins. Even that hulking great fortress has become little more than an Amara roost for me and my caravan. But not everywhere is as deserted as this place. Just wait until you see Mordsuk. Let's press on, shall we? I see it up ahead. Look at a little crystal. I love kobolds. Sorry, Mords. That's a kobold! He's like, what are you
Master Gengen, this is the friend of the Exarch I was telling you about.
Very good, very good. Though friend or no, all are welcome in Mordsuk.
Souk is Mordish for city. As things stand, this souk boasts the largest and busiest marketplace in all Armareng.
Dang.
You'll find ore from the mines here, of course, but all manner of other things too, many of them rare. As I told you before, not many visit Armareng by choice, but Mordsuk's a different story. Merchants come from miles around to purchase the relics the Mord dig up.
Aye, that they do. For Mord do not dismiss the spoils of the earth. We clean them and polish them and reveal to the world their true value. That is why they come here, come from far away, come with much money. And so our souk is always busy, busy, busy. No such thing as a thing no one needs.
You say that every time, Master Gengen. Some sort of family motto, wasn't it? Or perhaps a Mord philosophy.
I love Gengen, he's so cute.
Would that everyone was so willing to take in
I
refugees regardless of race or creed. Now then, if you intend to spend any time here, you'll want to gain the trust of the locals.
Side quests.
And there's a little custom all newcomers are expected to observe.
The cracking of the coin purse. You buy one thing from the market. Price can be low or high, just as long as you buy.
I don't know about that tradition.
As the good Mord says. In fact, the Exarch sent a little something to cover this very expense.
Very good, very good.
A Verbert gold piece, no less. The first I've held in years.
There's one gil.
Verbert gold? Real Verbert gold?
Uh-oh.
Here, newcomer, crack your coin purse with me.
Oh no, you want my goods, newcomer. I have jars and pots all smooth and shiny.
Over here!
Come and look!
You buy, you buy?
Enough of that! Calm, I say! This one must still journey through the barrens. Nothing bulky, nothing heavy, no pots. Nothing better for the road than a full belly. Spend that piece at Ronron's place, yes? Eat for 3 before you leave.
Yes, food. Yummy. Give me all the foods. Aye, that's a lot, alright. Good work. And quick work, too, considering you've not set foot in the place before. I thought you wanted to sit in the city like the Exarch, but something tells me you're not a stranger to visiting strange lands. Unfortunately, your efficiency presents something of a problem. I'd hoped to conclude all my business before you return, but it seems there's been some confusion over one of the orders I placed. I'll have to drag in my middleman and sort this mess out. I'm sorry to make you sit around and twiddle your thumbs. Cassard, it feels like an age since I last saw you. Hello there. Pretty latey. Well, if it isn't the lovely Tesleen, it has been a while, but your timing couldn't be better. This lady was on her way to meet with Alisaie. I'm supposed to be taking her to your corner of the desert, but a misplaced order has commandeered my attention. Wait, I know who you are. Alisaie has told me so much about you. You're Spofie, aren't you? That's I knew it. How wonderful to meet you in the flesh after hearing all those stories. I'm Tesleen. I work as a carer at the inn, and I've gotten to know Alisaie quite well since she took up guard duties there. Do you want me to take over as Spofie's guide, Cassard? My shopping's all done and packed for the road, so it'd be no trouble. That would be a great help, thank you. Well, it looks like you'll be able to head straight out after all. My caravan and I will be in the area for a while yet. Seek me out when you've had your fill of Amarang, and I'll send you back to the Crystarium. Thank you. This place not quite looking as nice as Mordsuk. Welcome to the inn at Journey's Head. You might be our first visitor from the Crystarium since Alisaie arrived. It's not much, but it's home for the afflicted and a handful of carers. I do have some skills with healing, it's true. As you can see. I'm not sure you can help in this case, but that's good to know. I don't think I've met anyone besides Alisaie who is so unfamiliar with our situation here. Most folk have grown up knowing someone who knew someone. I might leave out something obvious, so it may be best to have Alisaie give you the full explanation. Aww. What happened? Uh-oh.
Get back here!
Oh, get him, Alisaie.
Is that... It can't be.
He's mean. Yeah. Impressive.
Just a lesser sin eater. Nothing to write home about. Knew you'd turn up sooner or later, but I had been hoping for sooner.
I'm here.
How are you?
I'm okay. I guess there's a big answer to that. we have to cut the cutscene. There's such a long answer. Oh no.
We've fought them to a standstill then. The Exarch did say that the Empire seemed to have drawn back when he last looked in on the source. But without knowing for sure how fast time was passing there, I couldn't help worrying that a lot might have happened since then. I'm heartily relieved to hear that it hasn't, just as Alphinaud must have been. As you can imagine, both he and Urianger were desperate to hear the news from home when I arrived. I haven't actually seen Thancred and Y'shtola yet, but they will have heard all the latest developments from the Exarch by now, or should have at least.
At least she hasn't seen Thancred with his no teeth.
When I think of how frantic Tataru and the others must be, I want nothing more than to rush back and reassure them. But we still haven't found a way to reverse the summoning. And even if we had, we couldn't just ignore Urianger's vision. He may use 10 words where one would suffice, and they may often obscure as much as they reveal. But on this matter, he was as clear as day. I do not doubt for one moment that he saw what he claims.
I know I'm dying.
Nor how difficult it must have been to speak about them. The 8th Umbral Calamity and your death aren't exactly topics for idle conversation. As much as I might want to go home, I don't want to go home to that. We can't allow the rejoining to happen, which means we have to save the first from the Sin Eaters.
Indeed.
That great wall of white is a remnant of the flood. 100 years ago, the balance in the first tipped decisively in favor of light. From that moment, it rose and swelled with each passing day, and then, without warning, it burst forth like water from a broken dam. A colossal wave of pure light, drowning everything in its wake.
The forbidden rock candy. That'd be so scary if you were like
for the most
looking
part,
at that.
Living things are composed of ether of various different aspects. But when exposed to such a flood, their etheric harmony is shattered, and their natural form breaks down. Then they either perish, or are warped into mindless abominations. Yes, that's how the Sin Eaters came to be. They were once living creatures, or people, that were caught in the path of the flood. Once the change is wrought, there is no going back. In that instant, they are gripped by an insatiable appetite for ether, and will happily gorge themselves on any living thing within reach. But even that is not the worst of it. The stronger Sin Eaters can plant light in us, like seeds in soil, corrupting our ether and triggering the birth of new monstrosities.
Heckin' creepy
They are
light
creatures of
zombies.
base instinct that exist only to feed and to multiply. They feel no pity, know no remorse, and are utterly deaf to reason, which is why they must be destroyed. Every last one of them. The infirmary is full of the Sin Eaters' victims, left here to spend their final hours waiting for the change to overtake them.
Oh, back again, are you? You need another taste of Run's wares? Actually, we're looking to buy a nectarine. Do you have any in stock? Oh yes, nectarines, peaches, grapes, fresh and juicy. Given how richly you cracked your coin purse with me, I might still owe you food. Here, take this one, free of charge. Gods, I've never seen a moored merchant give away something for nothing before. How much coin did you spend here? Oh yes, I'll take a jar of honeyed worms as well. Eee. Hmm? Oh no, they're not for me. It's an offering of sorts. The worms, if you please. Only the best wrigglers for you. Come again, my friends. Yeesh. Not the worms. Right, that's our shopping chores taken care of. Let's head out past the Aetheryte to the main tower. The view I want to show you can only be seen from its very top. Free trip to the top of the tower. Voice acted cutscene? One time? Feels like a voice acted cutscene.
Look, over there, where the wall is broken. Do you see what lies beyond?
Nothing.
That's what the land became after the light flooded in. An empty white nothingness. Life cannot exist in such conditions. The primordial light would wreak havoc on the body's etheric balance. That nectarine you bought. It's Halric's favorite fruit.
Aww.
Most of the patients, Halric included, survived the attacks of powerful eaters. But their fate was sealed all the same. The monster's corruption has entered their bodies, and their very essence is being subsumed by light. The twisted state of the world itself just makes matters worse. Under normal circumstances, a person's ether naturally tends to equilibrium. But for these poor souls, the opposite is true. Sooner or later, every single one of them will turn. Tesleen and the patients, they all know this. They know what has to be done before the change goes too far, before the eater within takes over. The preferred method is mixing poison into their favorite food. In my time here, I've borne witness to a lot of last meals.
Oh, so sad.
I feel just as helpless as before. No matter how hard I fight, it's never enough. But it's a war I mean to wage, nonetheless. Speaking of wars, do you remember how I made you promise not to leave me and then promptly collapsed? Well, let's just say I had a few choice words for the Exarch concerning the timing of his summons. But even if the fault lay with someone else, I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd abandon you on the battlefield. So I swore that I'd make up for my absence there by making a difference here. And that's what keeps me moving forward, even when things seem hopeless. On which note, it's time we headed back. The longer we keep Tesleen waiting, the harder this will be for her.
This is such a cool lookout spot. Alright, back we go. This is getting big, sad. Yummy stew.
Speak up if you'd like another helping. I made a little bit more than usual today.
And you've added something special to the broth, if I'm not mistaken.
Aye, well, it's not often we have visitors from the Crystarium, so I may have thrown in a few extra bits and bobs.
Yummy. Yum yum yum. I'll have another bowl then, even though I ate 40 loaves of bread earlier.
That's what I like to hear. Give me a moment to warm up the pot. In a place like this, you learn to take what moments of happiness you can get.
Yeah, feed me the yummy food.
I remember when I first came here with my mother. She was showing the early signs.
Aww. Poor
I knew there was
Tesleen.
no way to save her, but I just couldn't face what needed to be done. That's the way of it for most people. Why they travel from arms to stay here. Beaten, broken souls come to wait out the inevitable, to receive the mercy of a painless death. When my mother finally left this world, I was mad with grief, but also thankful that her passing was a peaceful one.
No. The heckin' fruit.
It's never easy, ending a life you've cared for, even when you believe they go on to a better place. I often find myself wishing the Warrior of Darkness would come and do that part for me.
The Warrior of Darkness?
You've never heard the tale? I'm not sure where it began, but every child in Norvrent could tell you a version of it.
She knows about him.
Warrior of Darkness, servant of death, take care of our souls at our dying breath. Let sinners and eaters of sin go with thee, that all may return to the sunless sea. Well, that's the version I was taught anyway. It's just an old bedtime story. He's certainly never deigned to visit us here.
Mm.
Which is a good thing, surely. He sounds rather ominous.
Do you think so? I always liked the idea that he treated every soul the same, even the Sin Eaters.
Uh-oh. Oh no, is something coming?
They're coming.
Yes, something's coming.
Tesleen! Have you seen Halric? I swear, I only took my eyes off him for a moment.
Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Uh-oh, that is not good music.
Any sign of him?
That is not good music.
No luck then. But he surely can't have gone far. We should keep looking. The Sin Eaters are out in force, and if we don't find him soon, you can be sure they will.
Oh my gosh, that is a scary one.
Did you see the size of that thing? It must be one of the nasty ones. Wherever it's going, it can only mean trouble. After it!
That is a big one. I am concerned. I am very concerned.
There it is!
Halric, be careful!
Oh no!
Oh, he's so tiny. Oh!
Halric!
No, 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 no! Whoa!
We have to run!
Whoa!
Tesleen! No!
Tesleen, what? Oh.
We all deserve happiness. Wherever we can find it.
He doesn't even know. He's like,
The time left to you is precious. No one should die in pain.
But what about you? What about...
Mother, I...
Oh no. What the? Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. This is actually so creepy. What the heck? Ah! Ew! Oh my gosh! That is awful! Ew! Oh! Oh gosh, that is so freaking terrifying! Oh, the noises! Ah! Ew! Oh, poor Tesleen, what the heck? No!
No, 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 no!
Oh. Oh, I didn't like that. No, no, no. No, no, no. Nope. I didn't like that at all. Nope. Nope. Didn't like that. I've spoken with the carers. Thank you. What you're doing, it means a lot to them, to me. Sorry to interrupt. We realized we hadn't thanked you for rescuing Halric. You weren't hurt at all, were you? Hurt? There wasn't even a fight. I was too late. Too slow. And I thought I could protect you. You can't blame yourself for things beyond your control. You brought Halric back safe and sound. No one could have done any more. I'm sorry, but I've come to a decision. I won't be continuing my role here. I hope you will forgive me for leaving you, and that you will delay Halric's last meal for as long as you possibly can. Not until it's too late, of course. Just give him what time you can. We always do. Of course, she would have done the same. Farewell, Halric. Keep Tesleen's words close to your heart. Wait, you're leaving this very moment? I understand how you must feel, but surely this is a bit hasty? Do you even have anywhere to go? I have a destination in mind, yes. And a purpose. This damned light, building without cease. It's the reason we can't save those corrupted by the Eaters. But what if we corrected the balance? Even if we're only little by little. Even if it took years. It would surely make things better. Now hold on there. Everyone knows there's too much light, but how could you ever hope to get rid of it? You'd have to change the whole world. That's right. We go and change the world. We should return to the Crystarium. I may or may not be able to repel the Eaters on my own, but I can still use the skills I've gained here to hurt them. Oh, wow, that is heavy. Goodness gracious. Oh.
The whistling breeze, mute. The pounding surf, frozen. Time itself takes a breath. At light's edge, all is perfectly still. The world captured in a painting, locked in a moment. Music, faint and fleeting, drifts coastward on the lifeless air. And in the distance, beyond the broken earth, a city beckons.
Oh, Eulmore. Eulmore is such a cool looking city from outside. It's such an interesting place in general. We are arrived. This is Cracked Shell Beach, on the eastern coast of Kalusia. You should be safe here for the present. Compared to the mainland, Sin-Eater attacks are far less prevalent, and the native beasts are not any more dangerous than elsewhere. It is the people you should be wary of. By you, that city in the distance? That is Eulmore, the island's main settlement. It rivals the Crystarium in scale and was once an ally in our battle against the abominations. For years, the Eulmoran elite have fancied themselves the masters of what remains of our broken world. They have gone as far as to offer the leaders of other settlements their protection, if we bend the knee. But to say their ideals are questionable would be putting it mildly. The Crystarium is one among many who resist their heavy-handed authority, and while we are not at war, our relationship with Eulmore is strained at best. It may be wise to conceal your ties with the Exarch during your stay here, especially in the vicinity of the city. I'm glad we understand each other. Now the Exarch has instructed me to divulge a secret that should make finding your friend a good deal easier. Listen closely. Ooh, a secret. And water, and water. Oh, that doesn't look like water. Oh, is it him? Is it himst?
And how is business today, Mistress Theva?
Oh, I gotta turn on.
Oh, frenetic. Look, I have a new customer.
Amy! Hello!
'Tis good to see you, my friend. The barley seeds you wanted. They should produce a better harvest than the last.
Alphinaud. He's just
What,
like,
just like
hey.
Oh, Alphinaud, you really are a dear. Well, I'd best be tidying up some of those empty shacks before the pests move in. Keep an eye on the place while I'm out, eh?
We'll do our best.
It seems an age since last we spoke. Not since the prisoner exchange in Doma. And Yotsu. It has been even longer for me, of course, if you count the days I've spent here. But the time has only added to the relief I feel seeing you safe and well.
Me? I was more worried about you.
Huh. Alisaie said much the same thing. I don't think I've ever had such a scolding. But I believe an exchange of news is in order. Come, tell me of your arrival and all that came before.
I don't want to tell you. It's not good. It's not good, Alphinaud. Bad things happen. Bad.
I see. Both the Exarch and Alisaie told me what they knew of events, but I had stubbornly clung on to the hope that all-out war might yet be avoidable. And poor Tataru. She must be sick with worry. We must endeavor to return as soon as we may. It would be nice to bring her good tidings for a change.
Don't worry, I sent Tataru a message.
But before we bid this world farewell, we must first ensure that it is not rejoined to the source. We must prevent the 8th Umbral calamity. Urianger's vision of the future has, I fear, every chance of coming true. By his description, the catalyst for the calamity was a formless and deadly weapon employed by the Garlean Empire. Which can only mean one thing. Black Rose. Gaius was telling you the truth. When we were on the trail of the Ascians, we saw evidence that the gas was being manufactured once more.
Oh.
Gaius was adamant that the project had been scrapped. But so long as there are wars to be waged, there will always be those determined to win by any means.
That's no good.
And thus simply destroying the existing stores of Black Rose would do little to alter fate's course. In that sense, our involuntary journey here to the First was something of a boon. Together with the Exarch, we've developed a theory as to how we believe the rejoining will be set in motion.
Alphinaud,
sure
so
Urianger
smart.
himself will cover the subject in more detail.
Donkin.
But I can tell you the process requires that both worlds, the Source and the First, be facing an existential threat. One being Sin-Eaters, of course. They are a menace that I would dearly love to remove, and not just to avert a calamity.
They are not pleasant.
I may be a stranger to this world, but I will not stand idly by and let innocent people be slaughtered. That is what brought me to the gates of Eulmore. Ignoring its pretensions as a kind of capital city to what remains of the world, it is nonetheless a center of power and authority. If any solutions are to be found, I believe our search should begin there. What say you, old friend? Hungry for another adventure?
Yeah. I've done a lot of eating, though. I've had 40 loaves of bread and stew today. But I'll take on some adventure,
and so
too.
we take to the road once more.
She's full of carbs and ready to take on adventure. And also sad, but, you know. It is what it is. Maybe a light snack.